So class 10, we are moving to the storage classes. Storage classes are storage classes for any variable. Now when we are talking about storage classes, they are storage classes of a variable. What do I mean by that? They define the scope and lifetime of the variable. There are two things associated with every variable: the scope of a variable and the lifetime of a variable. And how do I define the scope and lifetime of any variable? By the storage class that is mentioned before we are declaring any variable. So storage class will determine where the variable will be allocated memory in and for what time the memory will be allocated to the variable. Till what time the memory should be saved for that particular variable. That is what is given by these four storage type of classes: at automatic storage class, register storage class, extern, and a static storage class. Now, what do I mean by auto or automatic storage? The keyword for this, which is used in C++, is auto storage. What do I mean by an auto storage? Suppose I mention auto integer x. Now, if I'm mentioning auto integer x here, auto is a keyword here, integer x is what it is, same as you are writing integer x. They both do not have any difference. They are the same thing what you are writing. So when you are mentioning an auto integer x or integer x, it is having automatic storage. What do I mean by automatic storage? The scope of the variable is the block in which the variable is declared. The scope here is the block in which the variable is declared. As soon as the block begins, the scope of the variable is there. As soon as the block closes, the variable scope ends. Is the scope clear? Scope का मतलब है, if I am declaring this variable within this block, outside this blocks, I cannot use x is equal to something. This will give me an error. Outside this block, I will not be able to use this variable x. This is what is meant by the scope of a variable. Where can I use the variable? So within whichever block the variable is defined, auto means जिस भी block के अंदर you are giving the variable, within that block is the scope of the variable. It can be inside a function, it can be inside a for loop, it can be inside another if function or whatever. The block is the scope for the automatic variables. What is the lifetime of the variable? Now the lifetime, every time a block is executed, the variable is created, initialize, whatever is done, and the variable, as soon as you exit the block, then the variable is supposed to contain some garbage value because the location is no more allocated to the variable. What is the lifetime? Lifetime is as soon as you run the program, the variable becomes available to you. When you are out of the block, the variable is not available to you. So this is regarding the auto. Whether you mention an auto or not, it would remain the same. Now to understand the scope of an automatic variable, which is a normal variable, which all of you already understand, let me just write a very small piece of code so that you all become even clear with this. I am having, including my input output stream, and after including my stream, I'm creating some functions here so that I can tell you the scope of the variable. So supposedly I'm having void, say function 1, and within this function I'm creating a which is having a value 10. Now this is by default auto. I may or may not mention the keyword auto, it is one and the same thing. And supposedly I'm printing the value here. So I'm printing the value here, a is equal to, and I'm printing the value of a. After the function is over, this a variable is also over. Understand? I am entering another function, void function 2. Within this function, I'm having another variable a, which is having, say, a value 20. And I'm again printing the value here that my a is equal to, and I'm printing the value of the function a. Now I'm having my main. Within my main, I would be calling, I am having another a, which is say 30. And I am calling the two functions now. So I am calling function 1. I am calling function 2. And after that, say I'm printing the value of A in main. I am printing the value here, A is equal to, and I am printing the value of A in main. And now the main ends, supposedly. So what is happening in this particular case is what my output will be, since the scope of this A is within function 1 only. Scope of this A is in function 2 only, and scope of this A is within main only. These are called as local variables having an automatic storage class. So when I'm calling this function, then A is given the name, allocated some memory space, and this is 10. Whenever a new call to the function is made, another A will be created every time. So I will be printing here initially A is 10 because function 1 is called, then function 2 is called. In that, another copy of A is created and A is 20. Finally, when I enter main, A in main is 30. So when I'm printing main from A, I will be getting a value 30 and not 10 and 20. I hope it is clear to all of you. What do I mean by automatic storage class?
Yes, ma'am.
That's what happens is, whenever I'm working on a program, I have a secondary memory. I bring the program or data from secondary memory into the primary memory, and then I'm working on it. Now, within the primary memory, there is cache memory, there is register memory, and there is RAM. So, which is fastest? Supposedly, there is some variable which I am requiring again and again and again. I want it to be stored in a memory which is quicker so that my performance of the program increases. So, in that case, we use register variables. Register variables are telling me where to store this kind of memory variables. So, where to store such memory variables? To store them in registers. So register storage class, I will again repeat, this is going to define variables where I want the variable to be stored within a register and not in some RAM, so that it can be accessed quickly. Although I am not sure whether by mentioning register integer x, this is how I will be mentioning the storage class of my variable. So when I'm mentioning register integer x, I'm telling the compiler to kindly allocate a memory which is quickly available to me, because I will be using X again and again in my program. Now it is completely up to the implementation of my IDE or my compiler whether or not I am given a space in register. It is not necessary कि register में space available हो या उस compiler को register use करने की permission भी हो, whatever the case may be. But we are trying that if available, kindly give a place in register. Rest all scope lifetime remains same as automatic variable, only where the variable is stored inside the memory changes using this keyword. I hope I am making myself clear.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, lifetime of a variable is the entire program. In this case, not the block, the lifetime of the variable is the entire program. Till the program is running, the lifetime of the variable is existing, but the scope is only the block within which it is existing. So let's come to extern variable. What do I mean by extern variable? Now, at times, we might be creating a very large program. When I'm having a very huge program, in that case, what happens is I might want to bifurcate or break my program into smaller programs. In that case, there might be a few variables that I want to share between all of the programs. Those variables are global to entire all of the programs, and those are known as external variables or external variables. Short form or keyword that is being used is extern. So again, the pattern is extern integer x, and this e is also small. So this is the syntax basically. Let me just give you an example. Supposedly this is some file 1.cpp. This is my file in which I'm writing some code, and I'm writing a CPP code over here. So I'm saying including my input output stream. After including the input output stream, supposedly I'm just writing some program, and I'm including some file also here. So I'm writing include, I'm writing here file2.cpp. So I'm including the contents of another file in my program. They will also be available. It is my own created header file, right? I'm creating a variable. This is a global variable that I'm creating here right now. And I'm say having some function void print, and this print is some function that I have created. I'm just giving a prototype over here, and I'm having my main just to make you understand the concept. So within my main, what is happening here? Supposedly I'm again giving x. Now x is global variable to this file f1. So I'm giving the value x, and I'm say printing the value cout x in file 1.cpp is equal to, and you are printing the value of x. Now after this is over, here you are calling the function print. As you can clearly see, abhi tak I have not given you the definition of the function, and I am not giving you the definition of the function. This is all the contents of my f1.cpp. This function is defined in f2.cpp and not here. Since I have included, so I will be able to use it also. Let me create f2.cpp for you all. So I am creating the file f2.cpp. What are the contents of my file? The contents of my file f2.cpp is, again, it would be having your header file. So I will be including input output stream.h. After including the header file, I am having the extern integer x. Let us see how it works. Now after having extern integer, I am giving the definition of my function print within the second file. याद रखना, एक प्रोग्राम में एक ही मेन होगा. Main is already given. I am not repeating main in this file. One program can only have a single main function. If a program is going to combine multiple files, that does not mean I am going to have multiple main functions. I am going to have different functions that I can call. Files are bifurcated because जब बहुत बड़े programs हो जाते हैं, so it becomes easier to handle them in this manner. The program codes get divided, but only a single main would be allowed. So here say I am printing cout x in file 2 here. So I am mentioning x in f2.cpp is, so I am mentioning my x in x2.cpp, and this is only whatever my file is having over here. I am not having anything, and this is my end of the file. So what happens when I'm going to execute it? Now here I have not mentioned any x. Have I declared any x over here? X को मैंने सिर्फ external integer x दिया, कोई value दी ही नहीं है. When I am mentioning that x is an external variable, that means x will be getting its value from somewhere else. It is an external variable. It is global. It is going to be the same for both the files. So the same x, this x, that I'm saying that x is equal to 10, and since I'm saying that x is an external variable here, when I'm printing the value of x, both the files will print x in f1 is also 10, x in f2 is also 10. So what you will be printing here is x in f1.cpp is equal to 10, x in f2.cpp is equal to 10. So in both the files, you can share the variable. So to be able to share a variable, not just within the file, but between two files also, we use external storage class. So external storage class technically defines the scope of the variable to be extended to multiple files. And hence the lifetime also increases. Till all the programs, all the files are executing which are linked together, until then the variable would be retained. Is this clear? When I say that auto is default storage class, static is the default storage class for all global variables. डिफॉल्ट स्टोरेज क्लास फॉर लोकल वेरिएबल्स क्या है? ऑटो। स्टैटिक जो है वो डिफॉल्ट स्टोरेज क्लास है ग्लोबल वेरिएबल्स की, एंड दे हैव अ लाइफ टाइम ओवर द इंटायर प्रोग्राम। मेमोरी इज एलोकेटेड जैसे ही प्रोग्राम बिगिन करेगा, और मेमोरी जब प्रोग्राम खत्म होगा तभी इट विल बी फ्रीड। नाउ स्टैटिक वेरिएबल की एक और बात है कि अगर आप उसको इनिशियलाइज नहीं भी करोगे तो भी उसको जीरो वैल्यू इनिशियलाइज कर दी जाएगी। अगर आप उसको कोई और इनिशियलाइज कर दोगे देन इट्स up to you. A small example is that I am saying so static integer x is equal to 10. Now this, when I am making it as static, it will have only one copy throughout the program. This is a global variable that will be available to all the functions that you are going to use. It will be a global variable again. Lifetime, जितनी देर तक program run कर रहा है, this value will be available. The value will be static means ये नहीं कि हम value को change नहीं कर सकते. Static means single copy is shared by all the program functions, etc. And supposedly, I'll give you an example that static variable can be initialized, but if the initialization is not done, then compiler will give it a zero value. And if supposedly you are giving an expression, then the expression must have some constant value. So you have to make sure that either the initialization is done or it is initialized to zero. It is also possible that I write static extern integer x. ये भी possibility है भाई. What do I mean by this? Now static storage class can be specified for automatic variables also, for external variables also. हो सकता है कि एक ही फंक्शन में हमें सारी ग्लोबली नहीं देना है, एक ही फंक्शन में एक वेरिएबल को हमें स्टैटिक कर देना है. दैट इज लोकल टू द फंक्शन, बट स्टैटिक का मतलब है कि जितनी बार भी आप फंक्शन को कॉल करोगे एक ही वैल्यू क्रिएट होगी. इसका क्या मतलब है? सपोजिटली आई एम हैविंग अ फंक्शन in which I am say having no parameter supposedly, but I am creating a static integer x. Now supposedly when I am saying that static integer x is made, it is initialized to 0 by default. Now I am doing x plus plus and I am printing the value of x. Now whenever this function is called, supposedly from main, I am having my main is having a few lines, and I am calling the function once, I am calling the function twice, I am calling the function thrice. What will happen when function 1 is called? First time the same function is called, x is created in memory and it is given the value 0. X plus plus, the value changes to 1. You print the value, 1 gets printed. Next time the function is called, it is not again declared, it is static, मतलब already created है हमारे पास. Scope of the static variable is entire lifetime. आप function से बाहर आ गए तो ये space free नहीं हो गई. It still remains with x only. X plus plus means the value now changes to 2, and after 1 you are printing a 2. You are calling the function the third time. Again, no new memory is given, the same memory is used, the same value is incremented, and it is printed. This is what you mean by static. Now, this static is to a local variable or an automatic variable. The static can be associated with external variables also, so that the variable, whatever value is retained, it is retained for all the files which are sharing the same program code. जो भी प्रोग्राम में लिंक्ड फाइल्स हैं सबके लिए सेम वैल्यू हो जाएगी उस वेरिएबल की. Let us see another example so that you understand this more clearly. Let's try to see a program that you all can run and you all can find out what the point is. So again I am having my hash include my input output stream.h. .h is not the convention anymore, so we avoid it. I am again declaring a variable, say void print, and I am not mentioning any parameters within this. Directly moving on to my main, I am having my void main. Within my main function, I am mentioning here first call of print, and I'm calling the print function. Then I am mentioning second call of print. What's happening in this particular program is that I am having a main function within which I am calling the print function thrice. Within the function, I have a static variable x and I have a non-static variable also. And I am printing the two variables and I am incrementing the value of the two variables. Now let us see what the output comes. The outputs, that is the first call for the print, will be printed. Then what is printed? That static x is equal to initially, it is not mentioned to be 0, but static variables are initialized to 0, so it has a value 0. So when I'm printing x over here, 0 is printed. Then I'm printing y is 0, y0 is printed. Next time when I'm calling, second call of the print will be printed. When I'm calling here, the static x is already having the value 0. It is not recreated. The same value is used. Then the value has already been incremented. Now what has happened? Previous call में जब x create हुआ, तो x plus plus जब हुआ, then this value became 1. Y भी 0 था, y की value भी 1 हो गई. But when we returned from the call, the lifetime of y ended. Scope भी खत्म, lifetime भी खत्म. Scope मतलब I could not use it outside the function, and since I am returning from the call, the function's lifetime, the variable's lifetime has also ended, which was local to the function. So there is no more this y available. So when I am making the second time a call, a new y is created and it is initialized to be 0. So when I am printing the static x, it gets printed that static x is equal to 1, which is incremented value, while y is still 0. Similarly, when and after that x is plus plus, x increments to 2, y is also plus plus, y again increments to 1. Now when I am coming back from this function call, this y is again gone. The lifetime has ended. Again I go back, it will be printing third call of the print function. Then when print is called, I am again referring to the same value of x and I am again creating a new y, which is equal to 0. Now static x will be printed as, what is the value of static x here? It is 2. And the value of y is 0. So if you can understand, again the values will be incremented. This will be 3, this will be 0, 1, and when I come back, this y will end. When an entire program is run and we are coming back, then this x lifetime will also be ending. Till my program is running, x will be retaining its value and the same value will be used every time we are using x. That is the purpose of a static variable. So I am printing x and y every time from the variable. X is retaining through the function calls, y is recreated every time we are calling the function. Is the concept of static variable clear to all of you?